Wow, this day went fast. 6 o'clock already. Cool. Let me fire up some chat here. Oh, speaking of firing something up. No, not what you're thinking. Hold everything. I know it's down there somewhere. Come on now. What the heck? I'm digging through my pockets. Give me a second. Located. There's new people here again. Alright, let's fire up. I didn't see that. Let's fire up a candle. Yeah. We got candle activities. Oh, I'm gonna set the whole place on fire. There we go. That's real fire. Look at that shit. Cool. Got some ambiance going. Let's get some coffee going. That's what I'm looking forward to. Unfortunately, all they had was actual sugar, no Truvia. I have not put actual sugar in my body, in this format anyway, in almost a year. It's been literally almost a year since I consumed any type of raw sugar that wasn't in a tenth of a chocolate bar or something like that. Holy shit, I wonder what's gonna happen to me. Sugar in the raw, what up? Alright. Yeah, it's been, when did I go completely sugar-free? Well, carnivore, May of last year. Yeah, it's almost a year now. Yeah, I think it was late May, early June. I don't even remember. Should I try one? Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to go for two, but... And I did not bring any of my own, because I'm not wearing my usual crossover, or whatever you call it. Tactical bag. Alright. I know this isn't gonna cut it. I just ran into someone outside. Viewer, follower, and he's like, oh, this weather is awesome. Cool, dude. Don't say no. Met his lovely daughter. And he's like, this weather is awesome. And I'm just like, ugh, damn. It went up to 101 today. So yeah, it sucks. It officially sucks. It was 98 yesterday and 85 the day before, 75 the day before that, 69 the day before that, and you know, probably tomorrow it's probably gonna be like 130. Freaking summer is such an asshole. But hey, Bror Fredrik, I love the summer. Well, I do too. I just don't like being out in it. Alright, let's check it out. We got proper ambiance. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. Look at that freaking camera power. Bunk. I'll say hello to everyone in a minute. Let's turn this around and see what's what. Alright, what up? It's dark in here, I don't know why. Alright, should we try this? Should we do it? Let's do it. I got this guy next to me with like a, I don't know. He looks like, should I say it? I don't think I parked my Tesla around. Let's put it that way. We haven't achieved. You don't know how much this pains me. Using real sugar. I feel like I'm breaking the law. I feel like I'm letting myself down. But a little sugar, what the hell? There goes Mercedes jogging. try one more. I think we're gonna have to go for 3. And hold everything. Sugar in the raw blows too. Alright. Alright, I have to make a note. Hold on. So, those of you who hang out with me, you probably don't know. But somewhere in one of the bags that I'm carrying, I always have one of these, like I'm ready to take an accident report or something. It's just the best. It's just the best. Having something to write on. Yes, I have a Note 10. I can scribble notes on that. But believe it or not, this is actually faster. Sometimes analog is way faster than the digital. So, I'm going to take an action for myself. Put Truvia. You love my handwriting. Want to see my handwriting? That's a product of having broken every knuckle in my hand at least twice. Put Truvia in, and now I'm going to capitalize this part. Every, it's capitalized, bad. And then I circle it. Alright, cool, we're ready. And I got notes of what I want to talk about today. Not that I ever run out of shit to talk about, but I wanted to talk about some specific things today. But is that boss or what? Alright, man. Tell me what you saw. Did you get the license plate by any chance? You did. 1 out of 12, 1 out of 12. Oh, and it makes that noise too, what? That's a pro. Oh! And that's an O pen, in case you didn't know. Like, Olight has a series of pens. Like, zoom in. Come on, bro. If it senses a face, see? If it senses a face, that's how algorithmic this is. If it senses a... Oh, I got scratches on it. Oh, my God. It's freaking depreciated. They got their own pen activities. So, clicks down over here. If we're in the dark, we're at like Javier's, which is like dark AF, you need to like write something. See, puts a little freaking light on there. Cool, cool, cool. And check it out. If I want to go in the other direction, out the top, you probably can't see it, but out the top, no, can you see that? No, you probably can't see that. Out the top is a laser beam. Pew, pew. And let's shut that off. And out the front clip, it's not a camera, it's a light. Isn't that boss? And it weighs like a pound. So you can, it becomes tactical. No, don't do that. It becomes very tactical. And then I can clip it onto my thing here. Flop. Oh, that's why it's so dark in here. What's up? This guy next to me is like, I hope he has a Tesla. I hope he has a Tesla. He wants a key. Alright, let's get back on this coffee activities. We got plenty of time tonight. I don't have to be nowhere until 8-ish. Wow, that coffee is dark. What'd you give me? What's Haley trying to do to me? Keep me up all night? Alright, let's go. You know what? Sugar tastes weird. Sugar tastes weird. I'm so used to like Truvia and or Splenda that sugar tastes weird. Oh, he's gonna get some ancient grain bread. Yeah, he's looking. Let me leave poor dude alone. He might be alright. Ancient grain. Said no man ever. Oh, tried not to say that either. Alright, it is 101, like I said. Wow. Alright, let me see what you guys are doing. I got my schmata. If my bros out there. Shout out Mjolnir Power. Alright. You know, I haven't watched YouTube in like a month or something like that. I just don't have time to do stuff anymore. I've been actually going to bed before 12. However, I've been waking up at like 5:30. But I've been trying to hit the bed, at least be in it by midnight. All right, let me Google. Let me search myself. Oh, I'm live. Yeah, that's me. Oh, stylish. All the styles. Yeah, that's is that me? No. No. F for the no. That looks like a confused bunch of dudes. Alright, what do we got? 120 people on. I didn't set a goal. It allows me to, if you see that, it allows me to set goals in there. Like, what would be my goal for today? Alright, let's fire up, check pregame fan funding. Maria Ann with the 10. Thank you very much. Phil, what up, bro? Are you gonna be in town in 2 weeks? Like, at all? And thank you for the 3. Janice member for 30 months. Packing in 2 weeks. Shout out Broad Nation 2025 get together. Is that weird? It's like less than 3 weeks away. That's kind of exciting. Alright, let me get over to all messages. Let me say a few hellos so I drink down this kind of weird tasting coffee. I'm gonna have to go for 4. I'm like blowing my body straight out of ketosis. I ate like a pound of butter. No, I ate a quarter pound of butter today. Most of it during a meeting. No one said anything to me yet. I sit in a meeting like this, like with a thing of butter on my grandma's faux crystal tray, and I butter like chicharron, you know, the pork rinds, and I butter it and I eat it. Thank God for the latest version of AirPods, like the Gen 3s or whatever with the USB. You can't hear shit with those. I mean, I'm like chewing straight, like straight up crunching on freaking hard-ass pork rinds. Not the ones you buy in the bag that are like, you know, meant for white people. You know, the ones that you actually buy from El Super that they, you know, they pretty much cut the pig up in the back and made them. They get some crunch going. Nobody said anything yet. Maybe they're just being polite. Oh, Bror Fredrik. Hey, Bror Fredrik. Alright, let's get another one of these in there. Oh. Now we've hit it. Now we've hit that perfect point. Yeah. I do have to thank a few people for a few things. Phil with the 5 Bananamas. Yeah, I haven't, bro, I've been working so much. I mean, I did like 200 and something hours last month, and I'm on track to do the same this month, so, you know. But I got done at like 3:30 with everything, mostly everything I had to do today. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? Except come see you people. So yeah. Venus and Jim, thank you very much. That's all super chat activities, of course, is going towards parking activities. So MGM is fixing to raise yet again, let's see, ATM fees, which for the most part are between depending on the property, $9.99 and $11.99. So if you're pulling $100 out of your ATM, you're getting hit with a 12% VIG. You know, which is nuts. And what's the most you can pull out? 500, I think? 500 per day, depending on the bank. That's still pretty steep right there. 12 by 5, still like almost 2.5% to access your own damn money, so they want to raise it to $14.99. $14.99 to pull money out of the ATM. They're going to raise all the parking. They're going to raise the resort fees, but keep the room rates the same. Some shenanigans there. Some bullshit, actually. And you know what the president of MGM, he's just like, these assholes won't notice. I mean, he legitimately said that on a call, on an earnings call. It's like, these assholes won't freaking realize it. You know, we'll just nickel and dime them. They won't even see it. Yeah. Vegas, baby. All right, I gotta do hellos. Hello. Maria Ann. Yeah, I know. No, don't do it. No sugar. I know. Let me see if I feel any different now that I had sugar in me. And people always say all the time, I don't do sugar either. I don't use sugar. You know, as they eat bread and this guy's gonna eat ancient grain bread, whatever the fuck that is. That's sugar. Potatoes is sugar. Corn is sugar. Peas is sugar. You know, anything, a carbohydrate's basically sugar. If it's a starch, then it's almost pure sugar. But, you know, Missy Vegas, Janice, Chris Knight and Frank, Jim Venus, BK, Jamie, Casino, Slot Couple, True Chief, what up? Parkenstein, Liz, how are you? Sylvia, thank you very much for that care package. That was awesome. As I said, I gotta thank some people. I'm almost gonna eat some more sugar. Okay, maybe that's what did it. Sylvia sent me a beautiful care package with some Sumatran in there, beautiful card, and some, who remembers these? I know it's backwards, you can deal with it. Necco wafers. Yes, these are pure sugar too, but... You know what we used to do with these when we were kids? Tell me if anyone... Chris and Frank, thank you for the 10. I do appreciate it. Did anyone else do this too? You got out your Red Ryder BB gun and you set up your Necco wafers, you know, downrange. Or your Crossman, what? 670? Your Daisy 881 or whatever, and you pumped it up to like 30 pumps. The seal was like, I can't do it anymore. And you would blast a Necco wafer because it's interactive. When they're downrange and you hit it with a BB or a pellet, they just go poof. That's what these were for. But it tastes good too. So thank you, Sylvia. And I did have that Sumatran coffee. Sumatran coffee is my favorite. It literally is my favorite. I like African coffee. And I also have to shout out and thank Jan for the beautiful gift sent. And I have to thank, Tom Lars' brother. I did not get to the post office. I went to the P.O. box to pick up, you know, what we were talking about. And they had a sign on their door that said, sorry, closed for the week for our industry convention. There's a P.O. box spot convention somewhere? Wow, did not know. But they're gonna be back tomorrow, so I'm gonna go scoop it up tomorrow. Yeah, I had a Red Ryder too. I found my uncle's Red Ryder in my grandmother's closet. Yeah, I went through her closet, whatever. And it still had some BBs in it from like 1950s and whatever, you know? And should I tell this story? I grew up, yes, it was in Queens, but surrounded by, we had apple trees, we had like mustard greens. I mean, it was just a farm. For all intents and purposes, it was a farm. It was like a commune. There was a bunch of houses on it. We had like common areas and all this other stuff in Queens. And we had pear trees, apple trees, plum trees. We had arugula growing. We had the spearmint growing. I was in charge of the tomatoes and the peppers and all the rest of that stuff. Did some carrots, yada, yada, yada. You know, the whole bit. You know, I used to go around on like Saturdays with my Red Ryder wagon. You know, go to all the kumas and the kumbas and whatever. We used to trade, you know. Oh, I got the peppers, you know, they had the eggplants and whatnot, or the string beans and, you know, whatever. It was a fun way to grow up, even though it was like dead smack in the middle of the city. We were living like country folk, you know. Okay, cool. So with that Red Ryder, the first time, it wouldn't cock, it wouldn't do this, it wouldn't do that, but I got some WD-40, and mind you, I was like, I don't know, 8, maybe 8, 9, something like that. And I found, it was WD-40, I squirted the thing down, and then they had one of those, remember the old, one of my another one of my uncles had like all the tools in the basement. He had one of them oil can things with the, you know, with the movable hose, and it made the clickety sound and whatnot. So I squirted some in there, and this thing started coming to life. It's like ting, ting, ting. So that was my first hunting experience, and I hunted up a sparrow. And just wow, it's bringing back memories. I hunted up a sparrow. It was the first thing I ever deleted. And I was young, and I couldn't sleep that night, you know, because I went out and, you know, because I wanted to go look at it, obviously, and I went and looked at it, and I'm like, what did I do that for? You know, but it was like an instinct, you know, man has an instinct to hunt and gather, you know, and that instinct kicked in, and that was a little red rider. It was probably like, you know, I think it pushes out like, you know, 330 feet per second or something like that. Shout out Marlin 22. And I felt a little weird for a little while. Like I contemplated the whole, you know, meaning of life and whatnot. My great-great-grandmother had just died pretty recently, so I was already going through that thing in my head, you know, the meaning of life, what is actually being dead, you know? Like I was wrapping my head around the whole thing. I'm like, let me ask a sparrow, what's it like down there, bro? But I already resigned myself to, you know, knowing, you know, this mortal life is not the end of the road. So yeah, you know, going up to Valhalla, whatever. So yeah, that was the first thing I ever did. And then the next day, I did some, because sparrows are, I don't care what anyone says, sparrows are assholes. They are. They're invasive species, and they eat all your plums. I don't want my plums being eaten. Don't eat my plums, bro. The next one I left there as a message to all his friends. You know? Just saying. Alright, what else we gotta talk about? Besides sparrows. Let's see. Oh, I see incoming Venmo activities. No way. Oh, 2. Fawn, thank you for hooking me up with the coffee fund. Mary, good to see you too. Thank you very much. Most appreciated. Skirting around that whole super chat fig. Frickin' super chat fig. Oh, they're up to 50% now. Asshole. I gotta tell you about what Amazon did to me. I'm gonna tell you what Amazon did to me recently. It wasn't nice. My bro, Dalai Lama, peace, bro. Where can I buy the notebook? Oh, I bought this, David Lamprey. I bought this on Amazon. It is leather. It's not pleather. It is actual leather. I wanted to go for the full-blown frickin', you know, it's gotta make the sound. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Describe that individual. Bam. You know, it just looks cool. It was, I think it was like 28 and it was like 15% off. I bought it on Amazon. It's pretty cool. You know, and it had the little pen thing. The only thing it does is it comes with only one of these replaceable pads. I bought a separate 10-pack of these packs. This is called 3x5. Yeah, love it. But Amazon. But don't click on any links in my description, because screw Amazon and my links. But I still order from Amazon. But they did me dirty. They did me freaking dirty. Why am I not able to scroll all the way back? My messages keep disappearing. I want to go as far back as I could. Let's see. Phil, you gonna be here in August? Boss. Well, we're gonna tear some shit up. All right, let's see. Alan in the house. Stacy Lewis. I haven't gotten through my hellos yet. Joseph Q. Mr. Dorsey. Jim Wolf. I like catching up with all the friends. Whoa, Tom. Thank you, brother. Tom. with the Venmo activities. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I am going to the post office tomorrow, in case you didn't hear that. Dude, look how you close this week. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they said closed at 12 and then closed completely. I mean, is like the post office box convention a big thing? Is that like the Royal Order of Buffalo or something? I don't know. Yeah, you don't add sugar to coffee at all. Speaking of coffee, what am I doing? I gotta get caffeine the F up. Nancy, good to see you too. Zach, what up? Pellets are awesome. I mean, one of my goals in life, we talk about all these things, you know, Knight's Arms and, you know, LMTs and all the cool stuff. However, I want to get like a, one of my goals is to get a, like a 25 cal PCP, you know, one of those ones that can pop out a slug at like 1,100 feet per second. That's what I want to get. What is the Swedish company that makes them? Begins with an F? I forgot. But I want to get one of them. But they're like $3 grand. They're like $3 grand for a freaking pellet gun. But it could sling like a, it can, in 25 cal, it could put out like 110, 120 foot-pounds, you know? It's pretty nuts. And like sub-MOA accuracy, and they're good out to like 200-300 yards. I want to get one. Oh, your new favorite is an M1 Garand? I like that. I like the Garand. I went on, should I say it? Who cares? I went on the Quantico range, and on the Garand range, they have a Garand range, you know, also, you know, M14s and whatever. That, it's a cool piece. I mean, I can't imagine carrying one of those through the frickin' jungle and whatnot. That's like 13 pounds. But yeah. Oh, and on the PCP, I would put like a single, a first focal plane, you know, something like that. Yeah. Alright, hold everything. Yeah, super chats, yeah, Alan, they're now taking 50%. You know, they say, oh, it's 30, but, you know, there's shipping and handling involved in that if you ever push them on it. Like, you know, just don't lie. Phil with the 4 Bananamas. This one. Your credit card got compromised, Mary? I was in a Walmart, frickin' Walmart. F Walmart. I got a bone to pick with them. Let's see.
I'm out of here. I'm going home. She's gonna take care of you. Yeah, of course.
You jetting, bro?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
All right, man. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow, probably. Soon. Okay, who are we talking about? Who's that about to rag on? Friggin' Walmart. So, I go in there. Places around. Oh, all the Walmarts in Las Vegas are starting to close at night. I don't know if that's a product of getting robbed, or it's just a product. They put, sorry, staffing shortage. Like all of them. All of the ones that, you know, are near me, or, you know, around the strip area and such. They're all starting to close at like 9 or 10, and they put this sign up that says staffing shortage. I don't believe that, but whatever. One of them is turning really bodega near me. They have an armed guard in there and whatever. All right, whatever. Cool. I go in there yesterday about 3:45 or whatever. It's like a bunch of cops, and they have, you know, the pickup truck and the forensic truck and all this other shit. I'm like, oh, someone got freaking off like that Sparrow when I was a kid. So I'm like, I gotta go see this. So I walk in there like I own the place, and they're all surrounding the ATM. You know, they got one of those, you know, third-party knockoff freaking ATMs you never should be using. What's up, David? Donald, I'm sorry. How you doing? And I'm like, what's going on? You know, I walk straight up to. I'm not like wave at the cops white, you know, like some white people like, oh, you know. I'm just like, what's going on here, you know? And they're like, oh, they found a skimmer on their machine, so, you know, we're like, you know, here to freaking forensicize it. So they're like pulling the tape to see who put it. So yeah, I mean, how do you do that? I mean, I know how you do it, but yeah, be careful. I think that was answering Mary's thing, whatever. But yeah, people putting skimmers on shit. Be careful. Cash is king. Just the facts, man. That's funny. All right, I still haven't been to saying hello to everyone. Do I accept gift cards? Yeah, I accept like Bitcoin gift cards, Amazon cards, all that stuff. Schmidt and Bender. That's funny. Am I caught up yet? We have cops stationed. You have cops in your freaking Walgreens? That's crazy. Yeah, it's freaking knockoff ATM. Yeah, they're like Fugazi ATMs. You can get into the ATM game yourself, you know? You could just like go buy one or whatever. I was watching not Better Call Saul. I decided to rewatch Breaking Bad. And I was just up to the episode where Jesse, you know, they were trying to break into the ATM and the chick was like, dropped the ATM on the dude's head. Oh, I'm getting hit with a commercial. Damn you commercials. Captain Lope, what's up? Bags in the reel. All right, let me get caffeinated here. Hold everything. Wow, I look tired, don't I? In a good way. Who's gonna man the battle station? Where's my girl Jasmine? 3 days of summer, the jasmine's in bloom. That happened to me at a gas station, yeah. They spent it at a baked ham spot when they stole your money. Watch Bosch on Prime. Ooh, that sounds good. Bosch. I ran out of shit to watch. I was watching like Jack Reacher and whatnot. He turned all sorts of freaking woke. Like the last season was woke AF. And, you know, he was going on a tangent, you know, against, you know, 47 and, you know, most of the people in the audience, including me. And suddenly in this past season that went, you know, it got dark. He became like a dark character. You know, it's funny how they, you know, they all claim to be all peace and love and whatnot. But if you pay him enough money, like Robert De Niro, I hate pew-pews, I hate, you know, the Constitution, I hate America. But if you pay me enough money, I'll be a gangster and a capitalist, and I'll carry pew-pews. Like, you know what boggled my mind? On Black Hawk Down, the dude who played, you know, one of the operators, you know, Eric whatever, the dude with the black hair. Remember him? You know what I'm talking about? At the end, he's like, oh, you know, like they're loading up. He's like, oh, I work better alone. He is so anti-pew-pew. I mean, he goes on, he'll speak before Congress on how pew-pews are bad. But if you pay these hypocrite MFers enough money, they'll carry one and use it in a film. You know, no morality, no ethics, no standards whatsoever. Pay them enough money, they'll forget about, you know, what they're... Don't get me started. No, Reacher was good. Yeah, I mean, I think season 3 just stopped. I was watching. The only time I ever watch anything is right before bed because I need to unwind. You know, otherwise I'm like doing this until 3 in the morning. What did he say? What did she say? What do we got to do tomorrow? You know, I'm doing all that shit. You know, because I'm like obsessed with stuff. So I need that at the end of the night just to mellow out. So I was watching like the story of David, which is like a biblical thing, but like a dramatized biblical thing of the story of King David and whatnot. And I just finished watching the one last night where he smacked Goliath in the head with a rock. That was his boss. Like he got skinned with a giant freaking spear and he got up and he's like, choo, 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 choo. Hit the giant right in the freaking forehead and whatnot and just beamed him upside the brain. That was pretty cool. You know, but it was hardly biblically accurate, but it was still cool to see a giant get beamed in the head with a rock. However, oh, Haley's here. Haley, come make my coffee. This is like black coffee. Haley made this too. Haley. Haley. It's not Hallie. It's not Halle Berry. Haley. Do I feel anything changing because I put sugar in my body? Let me see. I'm good. I feel something changing because it's freaking 101 degrees out there. The eggs in the reel with the 4 banana rounds. Thank you very much. Don't be doing that behind me. I'm gonna have to pull out my sling and beam you in the head with a rock. Like David. If you like medical dramas, The Pit was amazing. I used to like watching, what was it? What was the one with the kid who was autistic and whatnot? I used to watch that on, I mean, Hulu's become unbearable to watch. I barely watch that. Last thing I watched over there, they had all the Alien series. They had every single Planet of the Apes from the 60s all the way to the latest ones. I watched them, but it became unwatchable. But the medical series with the, you know, the autistic kid in there, that was cool until they started like getting all preachy with COVID and whatnot. Speaking of COVID, that's on the list. Sisolak, Governor Buzzkill Sisolak, announced today that he wants to run again for governor of Nevada. Do we remember this guy? Do we remember this guy? Well, let's see if we remember. Let's see who remembers this guy. Hold everything. I will find it. Because I just finished posting it. Let's see if we remember who remembers this guy. Wait, where was it? Bear with me. Is it in Facebook? There we go. Oh yeah, who remembers this jackass? Remember him? Governor Buzzkill? He wants to run again? Look at this. The Las Vegas Review-Journal, that's Sisolak, the one who, he got dethroned. I think it was a passing of a torch. I think that was arranged that our new governor got his governorship. However, he is starting to, he grew a pair today. He's doing some stuff. But anyway, check out what he wrote exactly 5 years ago. This came up in my memories. This isn't the time. This is during, the shutdown, the 15 days to flatten the bullshit curve from a cold. This isn't the time. I'm trying to read this over. This isn't the time to have Easter dinner with 23 people in your immediate family that you haven't seen since Christmas. If we get to that later in the week, you're going to find out what strict enforcement looks like. What a piece of shit. And he wants to do it again? And kiss my ass. Would you mind? Yeah. Awesome. She's being a little standoffish today. Did I pay too much attention to Mercedes again? I don't know. Whatever. But that was Governor Sisolak. He's responsible for shutting down 2 of my businesses. My photography studio and business and my video production business. I was deemed non-essential. And he wants to be put back in office. Fuck this guy. Like really, come on. Governor Buzzkill. Dun, 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 dun. Sissy Lock. Yeah, bro. I in Colorado, is it true that they just passed like a really bad pew-pew ban? Like anything with a detachable, the stuff where the freedom seeds go. Like you're not allowed to have one of those in Denver or Colorado. That's nuts. That's freaking nuts. Alright, let's see. Is this a Vegas party channel? Is this a Vegas party channel? Do we party? We party? Right? maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that obliterates the Second Amendment. What gives the right of anyone to go against A, the president, B, the Constitution? You know, how could you just like say, oh yeah, that Constitution, I'm not going to obey it and I'm going to write laws contrary to it? What a turd. I'm gonna see thousands of people. Alright, I think I'm caught up on chat activities. That's cool. What was the name of that? What was the name of that medical show with the guy who was autistic? That was a good show. But everything else, I don't know, you know. Alright. So, normally, for all you new people, I'd say, I'm gonna invite you to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is at least twice a month, at the bare minimum. And if you want to support the channel, Super Chat is greatly appreciated, the Venmo, all the other good stuff. I do have some links in the description. Good doctor, thank you. Good doctor. I do have some links in the description, but slowly but surely, as time permits, at frickin' 2 in the morning when I can't sleep, I've been removing Amazon links from the description. There's a reason for that. I mean, I told you a while ago, this was like maybe last year, I said I was having a problem with them, like they weren't paying me. Alright, for those of you who don't know, this is how the game is played. So you sign up as a influencer for an Amazon account, and you know, you gotta tell them where you're gonna put the links and all the stuff. There is my girl. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
You need more sugar? Let me know.
Nah, that's good.
Good?
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I can't do that, unfortunately. I can only do a card or cash. No, unfortunately. Unless, yeah. I'll come right back for it, okay?
That's a color look on me. Does that look good? I think so. Anyway, what the hell are we talking about? Oh, so Amazon. So, I go into, you know, I order stuff from my whatchamacallit, my Apple Pen died. So I'm like, I need something fast. And the Apple Pen's like $100. So I need something fast. So I went in there to go buy a knockoff one that I can get tomorrow. I mean, I take notes like a freak, like all day long on my iPad. Okay, and then I translate them, the whole bit, you know. All right, cool. So I go in to my Amazon account, and it's showing a negative balance on my account. A negative balance. A couple $100. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Negative balance. So I'm trying to, you know, I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking. I'm like, how do I have a negative balance in something that I pay? You know, like the knockoff pen was like $30 or whatever instead of $100. But I could get it tomorrow. I don't know if it works, doesn't work, we'll find out. So I have a negative balance of a couple $100. I'm like, I'm trying to figure this out. So I go into the chat. You know, I'm doing like stuff over here. Well, you've seen the office / studio. I got the business stuff over here. I got, you know, the stuff where I watch stuff out of the corner of my eye. And then I got my other workstation over here. So I'm you know, in my command center trying to figure everything out. So I'm doing the chat, and I'm like, yo, how come I have a negative balance? And they're like, oh, we clawed back like 2 years worth of your Amazon commission. Yeah, and why was that? So for those of you who don't know how that works, what happens is I put a link in the description. Let's say I used to put links in the description for things that I actually use or like. I never put any bullshit. If I wanted to put bullshit in there, I could have put bullshit in there. I have boxes of stuff that, you know, I'm saving up to shoot with a pellet gun because I would never recommend it. It's such horrendous garbage. But, you know, companies have been sending that to me since I started the channel. Some of it's cool, some of it's not. Most of it's not. Okay. So, oh, I got a coffee in front of me, and I'm just sitting there. I'm pissed. Did I put 3 in there already? Okay. Now I'm getting caffeinated. Let's see if she gave me the good stuff this time. Yeah. All right. So you put something up there, people click on it. If they buy it, you get anywhere between 4 is an extreme, 4% is an extreme. During COVID, before COVID, you used to get up to 8%. The low end would be 4 and the high end would be about 8%. So if you spend $100 on someone's Amazon link, you get anywhere from $4 to $8. I mean, it's a numbers game. For me, it was just like, you know, whatever in the grand scheme of things. You'll find out that in a second. So if everyone spent $1,000 over a month, you get somewhere between 40 and 80 bucks. But I always look at the big picture, like, you know, that's what. It's money, even at 50, it's 600 bucks for the year, you know, pays what, 2 cell phone bills to me? Cool. All right, all adds up. But then during COVID, they lowered it to 1 to 4 because they realized we don't need these influencing a-holes. You know, people are gonna spend their money regardless. But if you wanna work for free, we'll pay you 1%. So now you're talking if people spend up to $1,000, they're giving you 10. You know, like on the extreme side, 4 is like the highest you can go, and that's for like if someone ordered a book. Like who orders books, you know? Who orders, like music tends to pay higher, a couple other things, certain electronics, whatever. 4%, but that's like, you know, you're living high on the hog at 4%. So on average, no bullshit, I would make $10 a month. Whole $10. So when I say, you know, link in the description, Amazon, all this, I was to get rich on that shit. I'll be transparent AF. There's certain months where, like, the minimum is 10 before they even send it to you in the form of a gift card. Sometimes it would take 2 or 3 months to get to $10. So I was not making any kind of money off that, but, you know, it was what it was. And I like people to have cool shit, you know? And that's more was, if I find something that I like, I put it down there because, like those battery packs that will last forever, all that type of stuff, you know, it wasn't ever about making money because you spend like, you know, 30 bucks, I'm making 30 cents, you know, it was never about the money. However, over like the entire 2024, I made $97. The entire 2024 was 97 bucks. So no, I was not making money, but well, I'm not gonna poo-poo 97 bucks either. Okay, so I'm like, where's my money, bro? You know, what happened to everything? They're like, well, you know, I'm sure this is like Naren Drakumar and, you know, whatever. And he's telling me, oh, our algorithm determines that you have been inducing your friends and family to place orders through your links, thus violating the terms and conditions that you signed with us. Therefore, we have clawed back 3 years worth of the money that you made on Amazon. And I'm like, say what? And you can't speak to a human except if it's like an emergency. So they clawed it back. They put me into arrears. I don't know how I'm gonna pay it back because I'm not. So like, all right, if someone sends me a gift card, they'll take it out of that. And trust me, I did try doing on a separate computer. I didn't like what I'm gonna have to do to get by. Look, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm like, bullshit, like bull to the shit. And they're like, we understand you're unsatisfied with the answer that we gave you. However, you know, and they send you links to click on the terms and conditions. And I'm like, shove these terms and conditions up your ass. You know, I want my money. And it was only like 300 bucks. It was like 300 bucks, like 100 a year for 3 years. I'm closer to 4. Okay, they clawed it all back. They actually put me in a negative balance and they said, now you owe us that because you defrauded Amazon. And I'm like, how is that even possible? So I told them, I said, I swear, I'm not doing anything like that. They said, it's either you placing the orders yourself or you're inducing your friends and family to do it, and that's against the rules. It has to be strangers. Okay. I said, but they are strangers for the most part. I said, I order a lot of shit on Amazon. I said, but you can tell that I'm not like clicking on my own links to buy stuff. The accounts are merged. All right, whatever. And they're like, no, we've determined it. So I'm like, oh, so in other words, you're calling me a thief. Is this correct? And this is all in chat. In other words, you're calling me a thief. And they're like, no. I said, but you are. You're just saying I'm ordering through my own links in order to earn commission, thus violating your terms of service. So doesn't that make me a thief? Oh, no, we would never say that. So what are you saying? We're saying that you're violating the terms of service and ordering through, and they just we're in the cycle of repeating and me saying, I'm not a freaking thief, I'm not a thief. No, it wasn't an AI bot either. This was, definitely a Naren Dracomar. And I'm getting pissed. And I'm just like, listen, I have a channel. You can see what's tied to my account. There's 26,000+ people on my channel. There is no way in the world. I said, I went back and I looked at the orders. There's like between 5 and 10 orders. Yeah, they basically call me a criminal, exactly. That I'm fraud. Hey, when are these people at Elon are busting going to get arrested for fraud? They're worried about me. Anyway, I want to see some arrests already. Isn't fraud? One story at a time. First coffee. Why is Haley's second coffee better than the first? She nails the second one. And the first one's like, I watch her make it, whatever. I don't know. Maybe she put something in it. Maybe she put some Spanish fly in there. Let me see. How you doing? Okay. So they're like, I said, listen, I got 26,000 people. How in the world do you think that this is happening? And they're like, well, because now I'm like this. I start saying shit like, listen, send me the email address to your legal department. I'm going to have a conversation with them because you're accusing me of fraud. So I think I'm going to have my people call your people. And they're like, I can hear them shuddering on the other end. They do send it to me. But then the tone of the conversation changes once they knew I wasn't some chadrul, Okay. So they're like, well, you know what it probably is? This is what Naren Dracomar says. You know what it probably is? You probably have a big family. And they love you so much that they all watch your channel. And then they go and place, orders, and it's not anything you're doing. But I guess they're trying to help you. What, with fucking 30 cents they're trying to help me? Really? My Aunt Helen is placing an order for friggin' Tampax, so I can get 30 cents to help me? What? So they're trying to de-escalate the situation while still calling me a liar and a thief. However, the silver lining is, I know it's all you people, and I know basically who it is. There's some people with dogs out there because I can see what gets bought. I just can't see by who. But I see a lot of dog toys and stuff like that. Back in the day, like when I first started, before the COVID and whatever, someone ordered a mattress. People were ordering treadmills for $700. Someone ordered a cell phone. And I was just like, wow, that's kind of cool to make $50 off of someone buying a mattress and shit. Oh, this is the other thing how it works. When you click on someone's link, might as well be transparent. When you click on someone's link in the description, it puts a cookie on your computer or on your phone, and it sits there for 48 hours. Some companies let them sit there for 30 days, but on Amazon it's 48 hours. So if you don't buy anything from my link, however, tomorrow you go back to Amazon and order your Tampax or whatever you want, I'll still get credit for that sale because it's still linked to my account. That's how it works. So they're like, oh, it's your friends and family probably just trying to help you out. I know you sound like a good person. I know you're probably not telling them to do it. They're just taking it upon themselves. The silver lining in this is it's kind of cool because it's kind of true in a way. I mean, it is and it isn't, because we have become family, you know? There is a sense of family to this thing called the Bror Nation and whatnot, but they've determined through their AI algorithm that it's family. And then I'm thinking like this, are they also going through my phone or my computer, like referencing, like if they going through my phone and finding out that, I speak to Janice, shout out Janice, and I speak to Janice, hey, how you doing, blah, 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 and we have chat on, Messenger and whatnot. They're going into my phone and saying, there's a Janice, and there's also a Janice that ordered from Amazon, so, they're friends and family. Are they doing that deep dive into the phone like that? How else would an algorithm determine who your friends and family are, unless if they were penetrating your phone on some level? So, that's some bullshit right there. So, fuck you, Amazon, and the fucking horse you rode in on. I hope someone's watching. And yeah, legal will follow up with you. They ain't gonna call me a freaking fraud. You're the fraud, bro. So, long story short, they clawed back, 300 and change that I made over 3 years, $377 or something like that. Bastards. They'll never get it. Oh, here's the other thing. I tried to do another account because I still want to order stuff. I just don't like that. They can sue me if they want. I don't care. I don't care. They could sue me for it. They can kiss my white ass. They'll have to prove it. They'll have to expose their algorithm if they want to sue me, because I will show up in that court of law with lawyers. I will expose them if they want to come after their $400. That being said, I still want to order from them, but I don't, because the personal account and the business and the influencer account is tied in together. You have to get the influencer account by first having the other. So what I did was I set up on another computer, for the IP situation. I set up another Amazon account. So I go back, and you know what I found out? I found out two things. One, they knew it was me. Two, all the prices on my brand new fresh account that I set up were higher than the prices I was receiving on. They manipulate the price. Like if you leave something in your cart, they drop the price down and then tell you about it. And then if it sits too long, they raise it past your initial one when it sits in the cart or your watch list or whatever. They fuck with you, with FOMO. They try to sell you and then they try to FOMO you. Manipulation. However, so in this fresh account, I was pulling up things side by side on two laptops. It was like $49.99 over here on my old account and like $54.99 on this account. So they're actually serving up different prices for different people. Is that fair? F you, Amazon. Not AWS. I love you guys. Amazon, whatever. Is that fair? Or they're just doing that to screw with me? So I have another test. I have a VPN. So I'm gonna set up yet another account behind a VPN and see if they do the same shit to me or not. But that's some bullshit, Anyway, so how's your day going? Who's renting scooters? Trish, look at LaRue. Yeah, that's not fair. So they're definitely manipulating the price. So they say with the tariffs, that everything's gonna double. It might. I mean, a lot of companies right now are taking advantage of the tariff situation because they're taking landed goods that have the old tariff on it and saying, well, prices went up, but it's been sitting in a warehouse pre-tariff. So that companies who are doing that, I was thinking about when I was driving. I was like, would I do that? You know, but Amazon shouldn't be doing that. Car makers should. If it's already landed and it's sitting on the lot, the old tariff is still on it. Don't raise it 35% now. That's just kind of ripping the consumer off. Anyway, isn't it funny that the people who don't know what bathroom to use are suddenly experts in tariffs? Anyway, Trisha, how you doing? Tammy B. Ms. Google. Oh, and shout out to the other thing I picked up. Tom, I'm going to get to yours tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. On many levels. Doug Collins sent me something for Christmas that got bounced back to him, and then he resent it, and it finally showed up like 3 weeks ago. I mean, talk about the government efficiency. Well, the post office really isn't a government organization. They just they're like the welfare child for government. Yeah, so thank you. That was cool. I like that. I love survival books. I have like survival, I used to buy them at like Pew Pew shows, like survival. Thank you. You know, like manuals going back to like WW2. I had some of my, some family members ones, and then I started a collection. One day, you know, man cave be damned, but I want to set up a library and put all my books out. I have hundreds and hundreds of books, and a lot of them are authentic military manuals. You know, in one of them, I was reading that, like, if you got malaria and all this other stuff, you know what the government would tell you to do if you got malaria or some type of parasite? To eat 2 cigarettes. Eat 2 cigarettes. Kills all the parasites. Similar to the Ivor you-know-what and the Fen-Ben you-know-what. Kills parasites. So, parasites are the root cause of 90% of what is killing people. From, you name it, there's a parasite behind it. They just don't want you to know it. They want to think it's lifestyle, and well, it is lifestyle. You eat shit, you are shit. But well, you're not shit. You're just being stupid. You're not shit. Yeah, most of the stuff that goes wrong with humans is based on parasites and whatnot. So eating cigarettes nicotine kills parasites, put it that way. You want to clean the thing out of your body, which you probably should, because, you know, that's not really doing any justice. Chew some nicotine gum every once in a while. That'll clean your body out. But I'm not a doctor. That was just pure satire. Don't YT me, bro. But yeah, the military itself would recommend eating 2 cigarettes to cleanse your body of parasites should you get any. It's good enough for me. Anyway, what are we talking about? MFers. Oh, Valerie, you see those price fluctuations too? I mean, okay, is things gonna get more expensive? Yeah, they will. I mean, whatever. But at the same time, if they eliminate Social Security tax, capital gains tax, property tax, income tax, I'm good. How is it this? Do you know there's 195 official countries on Earth? 195. Do you know that 196 out of that 195 charge the United States tariffs when we export our goods into their country? And now that we're leveling the playing field, somehow, you know, we're the bad guys, or 47's a bad guy, whatever. Does that make sense? But like I said, the people who are crying the loudest can't figure out what bathroom to use, so it's no big deal. It's almost humorous to sit back and just watch the river of frickin' tears coming from these people. But it's kind of trippy. Yeah, don't light your cigarettes and eat them. Yeah. Apple cider vinegar is the best. It's so healthy. I mean, I have tinnitus. No, I don't have it. I deal with it. But yeah, apple cider vinegar, I ferment. I have a whole video on it. The most powerful natural antibiotic. I ferment ginger, garlic, onions, turmeric, a little bit of honey, and chili powder, and in apple cider vinegar. Let it ferment for a couple of months, and I drink a shot glass of that every single day. Helps with the tinnitus, cleans out the guts, all the stuff. All the stuff. Yeah, Chesterfields. Wow. They have caffeine gum in the MREs? No kidding. I did not know that. Nicotine pouches are good. This dude gave me one. Me and my bro were coming out of, we were having coffee or whatever in the Bach or the high limit room over at Bellagio, and this dude's just like, bro, you want to try something? So I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that since I was like a teenager. It's like, bro, you want to try something? And it was a well-dressed guy and whatever. And he goes into this like little thing, like, you know, like the, what do you call that? Chew? Whatever. He's like, these things will get you. They were like from Germany and whatever. I tried that snuff stuff once. That was kind of trippy. From Denmark or Sweden. So he's like, oh man, this stuff's the best. And I'm carrying this thing around like, and my bro's looking at me like, bro, I'm just looking for a place to dump that. I ain't putting it in my mouth. But he's like, please use it. If you're not going to use it, you know, give it back. I'm like, yeah. It was weird. Like there was something going on there. Anyway. What else are we talking about? Yeah, that was like nicotine pouches, for sure. Tom, Grandma smoked Luckies with no filters. Yeah, exactly. No, there was no butts on a Lucky Strike, yeah. Or a Pall Mall. I used to call them Pall Malls. That was like the second cigarette I ever smoked was a Pall Mall. Virginia Slims that I used to steal from my grandmother. And then someone in the family, one of the Kumbas, you know, he used to smoke Pall Malls, Pall Mall, Pall Mall, whatever the hell it was. Oh, what a cute little dog. Alright, I gotta reset my chat. Oh, I didn't like my own video. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing good. What else do we gotta talk about? We gotta talk about AI women. Snuff, yeah. We gotta talk about snuff. No, we gotta talk about AI women. Yeah, I mean, it's all coming out in the wash. I mean, people are accusing. Like, I've been watching on the internet, they're just like, oh, you know, it was the ultimate rug pull what happened, you know, that 47 was like, you know, he told all his followers, you know, buy stocks today, you know, like an hour before he announced I'm putting a 90-day moratorium on tariffs, and then the market went back up. It's like he told his followers, no, it was a public post on Twitter. He's like, now's the time to buy. I mean, he straight up did. I mean, is that considered insider trading? No, it's just like a recommendation. It was a great time to buy. However, people are dumb. If you have $100 and you subtract 10%, you have $90, right? If you have $90, so if the market goes back up 10%, if you have $90 and you add 10%, it's 99. So you still lose $1. What's going on out there? Anyway, people don't know math. I do. So yeah, it was a great time to buy. But he's like, he told his followers. No, he told the whole freaking world. You morons, you can't figure out how to use a bathroom or what bathroom to go into. You know, that's your problem. But yeah, it was a great time to buy. What was that? Virginia Slims. Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, I puffed one when I was like 12 in a garage, you know, so no one saw me smoking a Virginia Slim. And I turned green and I got high AF off that, like my very first cigarette when I was a kid. And by the time I was like 13 or 14, I was rolling them up in my freaking sleeve like the Fonz and whatnot. I mean, back then you could buy like a pack of Marlboro and a freaking 40 ounce of Budweiser for like $1. It wasn't that long ago, but yeah. Had my engineer boots on. All right, what are we talking about here? And then I got one other. I mean, it's a good time to buy. I mean, this next few months is gonna be interesting to see. But people like, is inflation a foreign concept? I mean, the prices have been going up for 4 years with the previous administration. Suddenly now people are noticing, oh my God, you know, eggs are $6. Well, they were $6 before the election too. Like, whoa, how does that work? again, people who can't figure out what bathroom to use are spouting this nonsense. It's not going to happen overnight, but like I said, once they remove taxes across the board on everything else, I'll gladly pay a little more. I'm not a huge consumer of stuff. You know, I have what I need in life. I don't collect anything, so that's not an issue. I buy food, I pay my housing, occasionally, get something cool like a freaking leather 1 Adam 12 notebook and whatnot for $30, Okay, so if this went from 30 to 33, I could give two shits. I'm still buying it, especially if I'm not paying property tax. If I'm saving the $4,000 a year on property tax, I'll gladly pay an extra $3 over here, because I come out a winner in that game. So yeah, anyway. What are we talking about? I got one other thing. We do have to talk about AI. I could always tell when I'm pressing people's buttons because we just lost 30 people. But I like pressing people's buttons. Will I be doing any? No. Unfortunately, I will not be doing any strip walking anytime soon. I hate to tell everyone that, but we'll do it. Phil, when you come to town, we'll do it. But it's already 101, and it's like what the first and a half week of April. 101. I was sweating. I went outside for a bit and catch some fresh air. 101 degrees, bro. So tomorrow's gonna be like 140. So yeah, this summer, I spent 4 years out in that heat entertaining everyone. And people have voted with their wallet. They're just like, keep doing it, bro. But I'm not talking about you, I'm just saying in general. This is what it was. Alright, let's talk about AI women. Want to talk about AI women? Want to talk about how stupid guys are? Guys are freaking stupid. Guys are beyond stupid. Guys are the stupidest thing. Like, I spent quite a bunch of time. Hold everything. I gotta find this link. Memories. Alright. Okay. I was spending my time trying to, get guys. I did videos on it. Stop being simps, Stop, drooling over women. Like, oh, baby, you're so hot. You always see these pictures on Facebook, hot chick or whatever. And guys are like, oh, my God, I love you. Will you marry me? You're the hottest. You're a queen. Like, thousands upon thousands upon thousands. OF girls posting videos buying $3 million houses at 19 years old, because, dudes are sending them $10, hoping she's gonna, look at them. The level of simp activity, and that's causing problems down the line, because now every chick thinks she's a frickin' 10, because she's got a JJ and whatnot. Is there a differentiator there? I don't know. Anyway, so I was I tried to rally guys, hey, get some frickin', have some self-respect, and not engage in that. A man who cannot be controlled by sex is a man. If you can be controlled by your Johnson, you're not living, you're not living. You're less than. When you cannot be controlled via your Johnson, that's when you have authority and power as a man in your life, to recapture yourself. Just saying. So that was always my thing. However, now I'm at the place where simps are gonna be simps. Alright. Let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna turn the camera around. What up? Oh wow, my eyes are blue today. My eyes are awfully blue today. Alright, you ready for this? Alright, what do you think? What do you think of her? What do you think of that one right there? What do you think? I'm still there. Oh, it's like Inception. Alright, what do you think of her? Attractive? I wouldn't let a woman of mine go out with with a freaking 8 inches of cleavage hanging out. Oh, is there such thing as fake boobs, honestly? I mean, if you can touch them, they're not fake. You know, I don't really draw the line there. If you can touch them, they're not fake. Okay, that's just this guy's opinion. All right, now check her out. That's Facebook. You know, that's just the Facebook. Blah 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 blah. All right, so I post something that was me, Bror Fredrik. Guys drooling over an AI image is freaking laughable, right? Because that's what it is. That is, okay, let's show this again. That is 110% AI. That is an AI image. That's AI. Pretty but no character. How do you know she doesn't have any character? Have you talked to her? No. Alright, she's got some character going on there. I see some character. Wait, let's see. Anyway, alright, I'll prove it. That is 100% AI. Let's go to this page. 100% AI. Alright, yada yada yada. I don't wanna I mean, I bet there's some simps in the audience that are signing up and sending her money now. Alright, let's check out her page real quick. Bonk. Its page. That's the same AI. That's how sophisticated AI is now. Like, does she own 1,000 houses? Does she rent 1,000 houses? How can guys be this frickin' stupid? Oh, that's her backyard, but that's also her backyard, and that's her backyard, and that's her bathroom, and that's also her bathroom, and that's also her house. I mean, oh, and that's her house too. Oh, and that's her backyard and house. Oh, and that's her house too. And that's her house. And oh, that's her house too. She has 20 houses. They all have different molding. They all have different lights. But it's still her. Oh, that's a different backyard. Oh, that's a different bathroom. Oh, now that's nighttime. Oh, that's a different bathroom. How you doing? Oh, that's a different... Look at all the houses she owns. Every single one of them, different house, different bedrooms, different lights, different... It's all fucking AI. It's all AI. 100%. Oh, she's kind of, you know, she's kind of fat in this one, and she's skinny in the other one. Oh, let's make one that, you know, for guys who are into more fit chicks. That's a computer. But look at this. Look at this. Want to see something messed up? How do I get out of this freaking train wreck? 1,800 hearts. Let's go back to where we started with this one. 46,000 likes of desperate freaking dudes. And of course, link in the description to see more pics. Go see the Single Fraulein shop. Let's go to all comments. How many are there? Literally thousands. Look at these simp-ass MFers. Absolutely beautiful young woman. A perfect 10. Salute. Beautiful. Stunning. Love it. I wish I had a woman that well. Who is she? Is this real or AI? At least that guy gets it. What a beautiful pose from a very glamorous lady. These are all dudes. Assholes. Good Lord. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful lady. Very attractive woman. You are one beautiful woman. You are a truly beautiful lady. Oh, gorgeous. You are looking absolutely gorgeous. Very attractive. Stunning. Very beautiful and sexy. Oh, looks like my future ex-wife. Beautiful hearts, kisses, fire, hot. You stupid mem-effers. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dudes. I cannot fix this problem. I cannot put out a video that corrects this freaking problem. Joseph, absolutely beautiful. Oh my God. And then you know what happens? All these other freaking thirst trap women jump in underneath and it's like, oh yeah, I'm as beautiful as her and I think you're so handsome, just send me $10. Oh my God. Wow, incredibly beautiful, says John Baker. Beautiful, and most of all, she's natural. You asshole. You freaking asshole. Beautiful and most of all natural? It's freaking ant. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm just ranting. Beautiful and fit. What the goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. God bless America. I'm not saying it's not attractive, but it's a freaking AI. Extraordinary beauty. You have my heart. Marry me. Pretty is the wrong word. Look at these freaking dumbasses. You want me to take it a step further? Then I'll get back into the conversation. Let's go into my Facebook feed and see what they... Oh, here's one. Wait. Is she real? Let me know if you think she's real. Good old Martha. I'm not even going to let you guys click on it. Would I toss her out of bed? No. But that's freaking AI. Alright, let's go into that page. Let's go into pictures, photos, and this just pops up randomly in my feed because they know I'm a dude. You know, they know I'm a dude. Yeah, yep. Oh, wait. Over here, she's, what, 140? Over here, she's like 240. You know, AI makes something for every taste. It's this, like, okay, tell me that is the same person as that. No freaking way. It's AI. It's all AI. And look, 10,000 hearts. 1,200 comments, 107 shares. And she's another international traveler. Oh, there's her balcony. Oh, a different backyard. Oh, a different wall. Oh, a different backyard. Oh, a different bed. A different bathroom. Oh, yet another bed. Oh, there she is. Oh, that must be her closet. Oh, wow. No way. Oh, that's her other house. And her other house. And her other house. And, oh, night on the town. Oh, and her other house. Oh, please. You dumb MFers. You dumb MFers. Then there's going to be a punchline. I'm going somewhere with this. Alright, let's see if I can find my reels. Oh, here we go. Here's my reels. These are my reels. This is what you get as a guy. And I'm not clicking on this shit. Alright, that is AI, 100%. Those are my reels. No, she's real. Can confirm. That chick's real. Okay, this. Okay, don't hurt yourself. Well, what's going on there? Why'd we reset? What? Picture of Trump after the assassination attempt displayed. Cool. About freaking time. You know that they caught, what's his name? You know Obama's been getting royalty from his healthcare program for like since 2010. Like 19... Oh, look, she popped up again in my feed. There she is. Okay. However, if she was real, ain't a dude out there that would toss any one of them out of bed. Any one of them AI bots out of bed. I gotta finish my coffee. I mean, let's just be real. We can talk all the shit we want, but we're still dudes. Alright, where are we here? I'm gonna show Phil's comment. Yeah, they were bigger than her head. Bigger than all our heads. Okay, so I can't fix that problem. It's epidemic level that guys are thinking that shit's real. Do you know that 40% of all OF models, you know, online you-know-whats, basically. I mean, you're showing your cooter online. Is that any different from the street corner? No. They're AI. AI is so freaking sophisticated that you can, all you tell it, like, you develop the character, that's all you gotta do. You gotta feed the proper prompts into AI generation, and then you just tell it the background, and it does it. They're like, okay, so some guy created that Martha with the huge, you-know-whats. AI has a problem with areola, though. Can't do it for some reason. Just like it doesn't do hands, so you know, they don't have any AI. Dead giveaway. But I'm sure, version 4.6 will have, areola under control. Anyway, so you develop it. You develop her first, and then you just say, okay, take my creation, whatever, and then put it in this. Just keep giving it new backgrounds and new poses. And it'll bust out 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 of those a day. And you can post them all over. And then you could animate them. Then you can make stories and shorts and, the whole bit. You can do the whole bit as a dude. That's all dudes doing that. Maybe there's some chicks, but there's dudes behind there. There's millions of dudes spanking off to Martha, and some dudes on the other end of it laughing his ass off. Sending $10, $4. Oh, Martha, do it. Hold up, like, guys think they're gonna trick the system and be like, oh, hold up a picture of, you saying hi, Bob or Joe, whatever. And tell the AI to do that. Oh, send me a picture with my name on it, that way I know you're real. AI got you covered, bro. I mean, you can make millions of dollars. So I'm thinking, like, I think I'm gonna, if I can't fix these dumb-ass simps that are out there sending money to AI bots, dudes, most of which who are in other countries, if they're going to be that stupid anyway, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to create my own Marthas and whatever. F it. I've come to that realization. That just might be my side hustle. I did one already. I think I posted it on the Facebook group of the chick go-go dancing. That was 100% AI, but that was when AI used to give like 9 fingers on every hand and whatever, but it's gotten more sophisticated since then. I used to laugh back in the day at guys who were like, remember when, like the first filters came out, like before true beauty filters that make, women who are like, I mean, everyone's average. I'm average, you're average, we're all freaking average in the grand scheme of things. But take an average woman and up her by a point or two, but then they got carried away, right? They got the body filter, they got this filter. But prior to that, they had like bunny rabbits and all that other shit. So dudes, like chicks would be going on the filter, giving themselves bunny ears and whatever. And they're like, and dudes were still like, oh baby, you're so hot. You're fire, oh, want to go out and all that. Dude, it's a chick with a bunny rabbit filter. What's wrong with you? Where's your self-respect as a man? How desperate are you? Holy shit. I've never bought a woman a drink that I didn't show up at the bar or the club or the restaurant with. I have self-respect. I knew, it's just not my thing. Ooh, baby, ooh, baby. I'm not giving anyone the satisfaction of my ooh, babies. Who's not my baby? Anyway, so if you can't beat them, join them. So I think I might just create my own frickin' Martha Stewart or whatever, and I'll create some frickin' accounts. I'll blast them all over. These dudes are making between 100 and 100. Yeah, between like 100,000 and 300 to 400K a year. A couple hours a day, popping up these freaking AI images and videos, and dumb MFers sending them $5, $10 and stuff. I think I'm gonna do it. Who cares? Or not. I could be joking. But yeah, alright, let's see what you got. Why don't people meet in person anymore? Because people suck. Go wrong. That's crazy. But 40%, and it's just gonna get higher. Bror, you can tell whether or not it is. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I can't tell Supreme Leader. You can tell whether or not a girl is real, but you still can't figure out when news isn't real. Is that a dig? Supreme Leader? Is that a dig? I know what's going on. I don't know where you're picking that up from, but don't be keying no Teslas. You sound like the person who's vaccinated keying Teslas. Anyway, if she touched her toes, she'd fall over. AI books, there's nothing wrong with AI books. I kind of dig AI books. I got a friend who's writing a novel. Nope, she couldn't stand up straight with them. You guys are fun. Cheetos, making no chi-chis. Yeah. Oh, lucky, one of them chicks was your ex? Damn, bro. Like people would say, alright, should I go there? Well, she was mine. She wouldn't have to be worried about standing up too long. So I lost like 20 or 30 people, so I guess there's a lot of people out there who are against giant boobies. Alright, well, teach their own. Alright, let's get back to all messages. Oh, let me see if I missed any super chat. I don't want to go to community moderation. I don't want to moderate anyone. I'm even moderating myself. Why would I moderate you people? I got a coffee to finish. Great Day Mom, is it live or is it Memorex? Who remembers those commercials? That dude, like being blown away in front of those speakers. States' rights. Yeah. Steps. So Dolly, you want to start up a cottage industry of AI chicks for simps? We'll call them chimps. Chimps for simps. Simps for simps. Pimps for simps. Something like that, right? Yeah, we should do that. We should do that. We'll make all the money. We'll make all the money. Because you can't fix guys. Guys are just stupid. Guys trip over their own tongues over anything, you know. Ooh, she looked at me. You know, like when a cocktail waitress touches their arm, you know. They're just like, oh my God, I have to go back. She loves me. Guys are freaking dumb. I mean, I'm not saying I've never fallen prey to that thought process, but at the same time, you know, I'm just like, I just have better shit to do. I'm not gonna leave my journey, you know, to fall down that trap of, you know, I'm not a Mark. I'm not a John. I never have been. It's just crazy. Oh, Supreme Leader, I was right about you. Don't be keying no Teslas, bro. Supreme Leader. I hope you're not out there doing that. You should correct your people. You know? But I'm not gonna mute you because I find people like you amusing. Trump could cure cancer, and people like Supreme Leader would come up with some reason. Oh, he's racist against the terminally ill. Terminally ill have rights to die. He's taking that away from them by curing cancer. You people are funny. You know, you have no idea, the left. You have no idea how much daily entertainment you provide us normal people. You have no idea. It's just so entertaining to watch the meltdowns and these logic streams that you think you're getting involved in. And you can't figure out what fucking bathroom to use. But you're funny. You provide so much entertainment. That's why we don't argue with you. You ever notice that it's like an echo chamber? Like when you post some dumb stuff like that, it's an echo chamber. Like everyone's just laughing at you going, because it's not, because you're good at arguing, you know, I mean, you know, that's your like forte, so I'm not gonna stoop down to your level of like 71 IQ, number one. Number two, it's just too amusing. Why would I try to stop the constant daily amusement that the extreme left provides me every day? We won. Normal won. Straight-minded, you know, people without mental illness won. So why would I try to stop that? That's like a poker player telling bad poker players to play better and how to do it. Like, that's called tapping the glass, you know, waking the fish up. Why would we do that? So you think you're like getting away with like really getting that stuff out there. Ooh, he's a Nazi. Ooh, he's a faker. He's just for billionaires. You're talking all this shit in an echo chamber, thinking like it's resonating. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, we're all laughing. We're just like, look at the mental illness of these people. It's extraordinary. I mean, you're not supposed to laugh at mentally ill people, except certain ones, you know, because it's self-induced, or you know, you're just like flipping a freaking thing in your brain and just letting CNN fill it up and close it back up again. You know, it's funny. It's funny. You know, people like it. We sit back and laugh and we go, "Do you hear that shit they come up with?" There's the people who freaking can't figure out a bathroom talking about tariffs. You know, and meanwhile, all the group that I travel in, we can mathematically tell you how tariffs are going to work and prove it. You know, might not work today, might not work tomorrow, but in a couple of years, we'll be good. And I'm willing. I suffered through 4 years of freaking bullshit anyway. I'll suffer a few more to put things right. You know, and I'm doing good. But I wouldn't say good, but doing better. But we laugh. We laugh. It's a constant source of amusement to see the mental illness on display. You know, like the guy, "Oh, I'm going into a Tesla place and I'm going to hit the robot in the face with a pie because I'm protesting." And then it comes out, he's like, "Oh, I'm doing some peaceful protesting." Bro, you're about to get arrested for freaking 1, trespass, 2, destroying, you know, property of others. That's not peaceful protest. Number 2, you're an asshole, you know? And the funny thing is, when you go to the Tesla issue, most Teslas are owned by people who thought Teslas are the only way to save Mother Earth. So you're kind of cannibalizing your own, you know? It's kind of funny. You know what? You know what? Elon should buy Harley, and then all the people are throwing pies and doing the keying and all that other stuff with the blue hair and the freaking thing in the nose. Let them go to biker bars and start like keying some freaking dude's Harley at a biker bar. That shit would be funny. See what I'm saying? It's a constant source of entertainment. It doesn't bother us. You think you're like, you know, they think with the talking points and the this and he's that and oh my God, he has access to my information. So it is freaking. Trust me, Facebook has more access to your information than Elon does. Oh, Elon's gonna start a credit card in my name. Constant entertainment. 4 years, it's gonna be 4 years plus of just daily entertainment for people who are not suffering from severe mental illness. It's awesome. It's awesome. You think you're getting to us on some level, but you're providing free entertainment daily. It's great. It's great because it gives us stuff to talk about. Fun. I'll report back on what did I do? 8 packs of sugar? That's the most sugar. That's more sugar than I've had all year. But note taken. Got to do my own trivia. Gary, what's going on, bro? No, yeah, you're not. Yeah, I would not classify you on any level as being, you know, on that. Okay, here's the thing that people don't know. The center left, standard left, is what the Republicans used to be like 20, 25 years ago, you know? So, yeah. But I'm talking about the radical ones who, like, you know, they think that pieing the face of a Tesla robot is peaceful protest and is somehow fixing the world. That's entertainment. Yeah, I mean, Teslas are awesome. I'm with you, bro. Just so you aren't diabetic? What does that mean? I'm not diabetic. Yeah, Gary's freaking awesome. I haven't gotten that many commercials today, have you guys? What up? Thomas Helm. I can't wait to see you guys in a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's the last stand of the... Yeah, I mean... There's a lot of, like... I can't say it. Yeah, you notice that there's some things I could say, and like, well, now I just don't give a shit, but there's some things that you can... YT is starting to let you speak your mind a little more. Phil, what the... Oh, Peaches. That big old Georgia Peach. Thank you for that super sticker. I love that. Alright, hold on a second. I always know when I'm pressing people's buttons because I could tell the graph of users. Oh no, I'm not even close. You know what? I check my blood sugar once a month, just because I do. I've been doing that for a long time, since the bodybuilding days, just to make sure I was good. Because I used to have low blood sugar back then, not plentiful, but low. My waking blood sugar this morning was 94. That's, you know, that's pretty freaking good. 6,500 miles in 25 days. Holy cow. Yeah, that's a road trip. I love cross-country road trips. I like seeing this beautiful country we're in. Gary, bro. See, everyone likes man. Everyone missed you. I missed you guys. I miss you guys in general. I gotta start wrapping up soon because I got a book. I got things to do. I love this thing. I gotta put this away. Yeah, I missed you guys. I missed, you know, people ask me, oh, you still gonna do it? You still gonna do it? It's just like I said, it's a matter of timing. Today I got done about 3:30. I got some things I gotta do when I go home, you know, some transcribing, some spreadsheets, yada, 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 the stuffs. But I had this opportunity to come out, so I took full advantage of it, you know. I thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, not just for, I said this to someone who was, you know, kind of on the left, maybe far left. I was like, I like having a soapbox to voice my opinion. And they got insulted by that. Like, I don't know what that meant to them, other than what I meant by it. I was being literal. I like the platform to be able to, I don't do it to incite people. I don't do it to be an a-hole. I like saying things to get people to think. You know, like, you should study what, instead of speaking about what tariffs will and will not do to our economy and the geopolitical situation, study it so you know what the hell you're talking about. As a human being, don't you like knowledge? Like, I'm on a quest. My whole life is about learning something. If I'm not learning, what am I doing with my life? I learn something. If I'm awake, I'm trying to learn something, you know? I mean, at night, I'm entertained by crap, you know, some inane stuff, but, you know, my life revolves around knowledge. I like to know shit, and I know a lot of shit, you know? That's not a flex. It's not a flex or anything, but I'd rather know shit than just regurgitate stuff. Like, I studied tariffs. I know what the pros and cons are. You know, it's not everything it's cracked up to be, but, you know, I understand them. I can talk articulately about them. I understand things. How could you go through life spouting your friggin' mouth off about things like you have some authority or some knowledge, but you truly don't? You're just repeating what other people say, you know? I don't like being wrong, you know? I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room, and I don't pretend to be. I want to learn from people who are smart. I'd rather be the dumbest person in the room and learn from other people rather than, you know, be the smart. Does that make sense? But learn. Gather knowledge. Gather knowledge. Knowledge is important. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is freedom. Knowledge is your future. Because AI be coming. And if you don't have knowledge, you know, your value, well, whatever. I'm not going to go there. We already went there. We'll go there next week. But bottom line is, if I have time, I will come out. That's a deal. That's our social contract. If I have time on Fridays, I will come out because I do enjoy it. I have the same personality. I have a personal something to ask you about. Do you have time to answer? Now? Not really. Next time. But if it's too personal, I probably won't answer. I don't really like delve into stuff that's too personal. I like to remain a man of mystery. But for the most part, I'm transparent. Alright, people. I'm gonna go. I appreciate hanging out with you, and I appreciate the super chat activities. Let me see if I missed anyone, because I don't like missing people. I think I got everyone. Oh, I didn't heart Chris and Frank. Alright, people. I love yous. I'm about to jet. I'm gonna show you candle activities. Isn't that nice? We got like a live one. It's like a bird cage with a go-go dancer on it. Alright, I am sugared out of my frickin' mind. Now I understand what, you know, when kids go through that. I do feel a little hyper from sugar more than the caffeine. So, we'll see how that bodes tonight. I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you again. And on that note, Bror Fredrik.